This is awesome. So, man, there's no words to explain to the meaning behind this. So this is the first time I've ever won anything. And the first time that I worked up the courage to go up to bat. You know what I mean?
All right.
Which is awesome. You know, it's difficult for me. I can relate with you. You know, you see, I was a victim, not victim, I guess. I was in the horrors of addiction. I went through 19 years of a meth addiction. I was jumped into a gang. I made a lot of wrong choices that I shouldn't have made that got me in trouble, that got me with a record, that landed me to jail in and out numerous times. Mind you, during this time, I was a parent as well, which was one of the most difficult things. Once I had that moment of desperation when I was in jail, and I was thinking, is this what you want to keep doing? Is this what you want to keep putting your family through? I decided this is it. 19 years was enough for me. I got out of jail and I went into a facility. I did my rehabilitation. I got rehabilitated, and I learned the science behind what it is to have a disease of addiction in your mind. You know what it is, because it's not just, in my mind back then, I used to think that an addict was a person that would slam, drugs or that was always riding a bike, homeless, without their kids. That's what I envisioned an addict was. So I, in my mind, was in denial of what an addict was. So once I got to a facility that showed me what is the disease of addiction, I was able to grasp the concept of it. And I decided to do something about it. And I once I got out of the treatment, I joined the 12-step program, and I started working as a peer support. I got my peer support certification. At this point, I had 6 months into my recovery, I had left a tornado behind me of destruction of what I did to my life. Not my credit, bills, just no car, losing everything that I had. And during that time, I was able to slowly but surely, I did little things to fix my credit. I fixed my credit. I decided the most terrifying thing to do was buy a home. I purchased a home. And during that time, I said, well, man, if I went and I took this leap of faith in buying a home, why not go back to school? So I decided to go back to school, and one of the things I learned is that there's so much therapeutic value when an addict is helping another addict, because one of the things that I learned when I was in rehab was that one of the persons that went in there to speak to us, I wasn't opening up to this individual, because this individual, he had his degrees, he had PhDs and everything, but I couldn't relate to this individual because he didn't know what it was like to wake up sick. Yeah. This person didn't know what it was like to go through the struggles of going through everything that I had to go through, the horrors of addiction. So, and they had another individual that would come in, and this guy, he did know what it was like to wake up like that, And I told him, I said, and you have a PhD? He said, yes, I do. And that was like a light came out, and I said, all right, Bernice, you got to get this together. So I decided to come back to school, and man, was it intimidating for me. Mind you, I haven't been in school for 20 years, so I first day of school, and I look around me, I got all these youngsters around me, right? And they're talking about Canvas this and look at this, and I'm like, how do you navigate this stuff? I don't know how to navigate any of this, but one of the things I've always struggled with is asking for help, and I've learned that's one of the things that I learned in recovery was you need to learn how to reach out and ask for help, because you can't do this by yourself. Mm-hmm. And I learned, and I've been doing my schooling. Since I've been in school, I've also I've worked on things for myself, like I've had a fear of public speaking, right? So as a person that's been in the 12-step program. And the story that I've dealt with, what I had to go through, I had the father of my kids shot and killed in front of me, and me having to witness that with my daughter there. So I can't mention the name, but my 12-step program, they invite me. I speak on national levels, and I travel and I go speak and I share my testimony in depth to the other, the newcomers that are coming in that are going through the same struggles, and I help them. And I've been pursuing that help, and I said, well, if that individual was able to help me, imagine what I could do. Imagine the change that I could do for everybody that thinks that they cannot change because they have this past. That's not true, man. We shine brighter because we lived that experience and we can apply it, and we tell that individual, especially like I'm part of the Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition, and we are working hard because there is an opioid epidemic here that wants our kids dead, and we need to get together, all of us, and help put a stop to it because it's all over here. We are a border town, and we are like a hub. And the massive drugs that pass through here, it's insane. And you know what? And it's so scary to have children nowadays because the media, the technology that's involved with them being able to have these substances delivered to their home, it's scary for me. And this is what's gonna help me make that change and continue to encourage other individuals that have gone through it, share their story, not be afraid of that darkness. Come out, speak on it, and let it help other individuals so that they don't have to go through the horrors of addiction. Thank you guys for all you do.